Hey everyone, Aaron here. Welcome back to another anime review. Today we look at Bastard Instructor Episode 6. Very solid episode. Very solid. I liked it for the most part. I had very little issues with this episode. It was solid overall. We do learn who the people were that were chasing Glenn. Obviously, last week's episode, Glenn and Rumeria. It was Albert and Real, which, by the way, if anyone could tell me why this is a thing, I would love to hear. Real, her name is spelled R-E=L, and that's supposed to be real. It's like, why? I've never understood the purpose of that. I've seen other shows do that before, especially fantasy shows where they have someone's name spelled that way. It's like, is there like an actual purpose to that? I've never understood that. But if you guys can tell me, I would love to hear that. But what's cool about this whole episode was the kind of deception that was being played the whole time, where you know, Glenn and Rumia go back on the run when more knights come in, and Albert and Real go to the class too and go, hey, oh yeah, we're substituting. He said that, you know, he wants you guys to win, and he also says that, you know, you guys can do it, etc. But realistically, the whole time, you know, Glenn and Rumia actually were playing as Albert and Real. Meanwhile, Albert and Real were playing as Glenn and Rumia on the run. So I thought that was kind of cool. We also learned of a kind of nefarious plot, which was apparently the king actually was making it where Her Majesty would actually have to wear this necklace around her that would make it where if she took the necklace off, she would die. The only way to take it off was to kill Rumia. And the thing is that seeing that the queen didn't want to do that, obviously because that's her daughter, you know, she didn't want to do that, but it kept it where she kind of had to keep this thing around her neck and like hope to God that she was able to escape, you know, the daughter kind of never knowing their lineage, or at least not knowing certain things about their lineage. So this way would kind of keep her out of the loop. What was interesting though, I also digged it, is also we got to finally see Glenn and the promise. Like, he knew about Rumia, and he knew, like, he made a promise to the queen way back when to keep her safe. So I mean, that's interesting in itself. What I felt like the weakest part of this whole episode was, and maybe you guys agree or not, was probably the actual Class 2 battle with the dragon and all that. I really didn't give a shit about that. Like, it was okay, but meanwhile you have, you know, the cooler stuff happening between Glenn and everyone else, like the whole fight between him and the Majesty, or not the Majesty, but the King. That was cool. The fight with the dragon, I've seen it before too often. It's like something that I've seen already in other fantasy shows. But overall, though, I thought it was a solid episode. I really enjoyed it, and I'm definitely wondering, are we going to learn more about the Akashic Records, because the name was dropped by apparently the spy that was hidden inside the royal palace all the time. It was a handmaid, apparently. We learned that she knew about the Akashic Records, and apparently that's a big thing. So we're gonna probably learn about that eventually. I'm very curious if it is. From what I hear about from the light novels, because the light novels aren't done yet, obviously, they're adapting it pretty well, from what I hear. So that's a good sign. I'm happy about that. I mean, you could tell. You know, what's funny is if you've never read a light novel for a series, when an anime comes out for it, you can tell by how paced it is. Like, if it's rushing or feels rushed, like, perfect example, Culting 9. Culting 9 felt very rushed. That's because literally the first episode was essentially the whole first light novel, and that's a rarity. You're not supposed to do that. Usually they separate the first light novel to like 2 episodes, even sometimes 3. So that's interesting the way they did it in Culting 9. It's why it didn't, you know, work in some ways. But, you know, I'm not trying to compare the two shows. I'm just trying to compare the concept of, you know, adaptation for light novels. So, I mean, you could tell from the pacing of this, though, it's a good pacing. It's probably skipping some source material, obviously, but I like it. I mean, if you guys are avid readers of light novels, I would love to know, what do you think is a good comparison to the light novel. I also have another review obviously out today, so this is the end for this review. I'm going to be reviewing Suka later today. Might be a little late with that, guys, because I'm a little busy today. Probably will be like 1:30, so it's not going to be like super late. Probably be an hour or so after it airs. Also, I do have an update video coming out this week. If you guys don't want to watch the update video, I'll tell you right now. So if you stuck around, you get to know this early. My scheduling for Mondays and Tuesdays of reviews are going to be different because my dad's scheduling's changed a little bit. So Monday and Tuesdays will be probably the days now I'm more busy, and then used to be Wednesdays and Thursdays. So we'll see what happens with Monday and Tuesdays now. So in terms of reviews, it'll probably be like, this will be the last time I probably have this out, unless something happens like on time, unfortunately. So the series will be one of the shows I'll have to review at night. Hopefully you guys don't mind that. But anyways, guys and girls, I will talk to you later. Have a great blessed day, everyone. God bless you all. Bye bye.